and the E-Tech is our motors, it's a lot snappier, it seems like. You know, just throttle response makes a big difference. Getting out of the hole, you know, everything's just a little snappier for me. And, you know, to most people that won't mean much, but to us that are in one day after day, that means a lot, you know. So that's what I noticed the most is, like I say, that our motors are just a little snappier than that.
The E-Tech versus the Yamaha 4.2 SHO, really one of the big things for myself is the fact that it's two-stroke technology. It's simpler, it's easier, and the other guys are just starting to try and catch up with what we already have and what we know. Our product is known, it's been running at that level, and we can get the performance out of these engines day in and day out, whereas we don't know about the competition.
I've been able to compare a lot of motors, especially the Evinrude E-Tech now to the Yamaha SHO motor, and found a lot of differences, but I think the number one thing a consumer needs to know about the two is the actual price to run that motor is much cheaper with the Evinrude E-Tech. From our maintenance, just daily scheduled maintenance, Evinrude goes 300 hours or 3 years with no maintenance. Looking at the Yamaha SHO, when you do read the fine print, it's in there. There's a lot of scheduled maintenance in that first 300 hours that's going to add up for you. So that's just one of the features that stands out to me, that Evinrude is cheaper to run. All right, when you're on the water, it's cheaper.
I've got to experience the pros and cons of the new Yamaha SHO versus the Evinrude E-Tech technology that's been out there. And probably the difference I think that most consumers are going to feel is the maintenance issue. I cannot afford to be down off the water. I'm on the water about 225 days a year between the television show and my charter business. If you've got to bring that Yamaha back to the shop and pretty much count on being down for a week, I mean, that's a lot of money to me. I mean, I'll lose out on 3, 4, 5 trips if I were down for that long.
The dealer that we have is a big Yamaha dealer, and he was amazed last year at the 2310 Evinrude package. Number one, how quiet it was. Number two, how stable the boat was and how smooth it rode. And he's going to be a big fan of Evinrude E-Tech as well.
I think the best thing about the Evinrude E-Tech over the SHO is my ability to pass them. I think that's the most fun, is when I get to go by somebody who's bragging about how fast their boat is and I get to wave at them. And that to me is the most fun.
Yeah, you know, they talk about weight. You know, everybody talks about weight. I still think that we have a lighter motor. I love the way my motor runs. I don't have a lot of course, not that I would have a lot of use for looking at any Yamahas, but you know, that's not a proven system. So you're dealing with the E-Tech.
That's exactly
been
the
out for years.
There, Brian.
Absolutely.
Whatever's being advertised out there, our motors, Yamaha motors, anybody's motor, we know for a fact for 7 years, let's say 7, a little more than 7 years, 8 years now, 7 years now, E-Techs have performed.
And we know what we got. So, you know, to compare it to a Yamaha, a SHO motor, or Mercury, it'd be hard for me to do. I can't. Right. You know, it's something that we've got a motor. It's got hours behind it. It's got years behind it. It performs, and that's all we want. We want the best.
That's right.